to start the drive. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Guys, let's look big picture Miami. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
Hey, listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. And he's got it. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
And the Hurricanes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Back to pass on 2nd down. And he gets the 1st down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
The Hurricanes look to keep this drive humming. They just keep firing. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out. Like, you don't get to mid-season, you're like, I haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
And the Canes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Wants to throw on 3rd. Got his man quickly. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most.
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
The Canes have it with a 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Leaves it with the back. Stops at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Let's take a minute and talk about Miami. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just...
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And that's what you're trying to do, not just in this game, but for the season. You're just trying to set the tone defensively, and they do that getting the sack. They feel good about their front seven and all the athletes they have. It'll be fun to watch this unit for the rest of this game and see how they do in one-on-one situations.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Right on the money. And he strikes his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cade. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
And he tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. In a bunch formation. They'll leave it with him. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking downfield, it's Foster. Throws to the back. Grabbed in the middle. It's Russo. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They think there's room to run to the right here. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Spits it out to the back. Snagged in the middle. It's Russo. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. It's not just the dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
We've reached the break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Go pull it on the read. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
On the run, it's Russo. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Back to pass, it's Foster. Buys a little time. He's going to run it. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
The Ducks are threatening on first and goal. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Ooh, quarterback lucky that one wasn't picked. You got to be really careful down here in the red zone because these windows are small and defenders close on the ball. That one should have been an INT.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. Fitted in the window for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
That Miami offense back onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long.
It's your game to win, offense.
Wants to go up top. Quickly complete. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
That's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing the running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there getting that first.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Looking downfield on first down. On the run, still looking. Throws for the tight end. Working the middle. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory. Gets 15 and a first down. And the Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his tight end. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains because of his ability after the catch. It's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. From the 30-yard line on first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
And the Hurricanes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Working that left side now. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Just inside the red zone. First and 10 from the 19. Here we go. Here we go. They'll run it from the gun. Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice his safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down because the RPO game's been a problem.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Here we go. Going to swing it on second down. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, every game in the SEC is so vital to a team's season, and this one is no different. Texas stumped a mud hole en route to a double-digit win, and they did it outside of Austin city limits. That speaks to the way this coach has galvanized this team and the direction this program is headed. Always interesting to see good SEC teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football.
How about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update.
Let's get some momentum here, D.
Looking downfield, it's Foster. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
the incompletion. It's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. And that one's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. It'll be a draw. Got room to work. Oh, he's got some space. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Defense playing a bail technique. Looking to throw on first down. Bringing the heat. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Here comes the heat. Now the pass is incomplete. The flag is down. I think that was a free play for this offense. Defense was in the neutral zone. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw, it's Foster. Flips it out on the screen. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. You see this kicker not only needing to generate power, but lining it up from the left hash. A 59-yard try coming. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. You see this kicker not only needing to generate power, but lining it up from the left hash. A 59-yard try coming. The official says no good, and they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out at the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter. We'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone very early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
They'll start this third quarter with a run. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Turns it on in midfield. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the first down. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
using his legs. It's Russo. Gets away with one, finds room. They finally get him stopped. This veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
How about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
Looking to throw, it's Foster. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
Well, I did not have this in my bingo card, guys, but we know the most talented quarterbacks in college football to be under 50% completions in this game. Nobody saw that coming. He has not been able to find his rhythm, and he looks frustrated.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
Looking for a crease to the left. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Fine play action. Pressure coming. Headed to the end zone. And he runs it all the way down to the 3-yard line before he's finally knocked down. High quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Ducks!
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air, can make plays with his feet like this, runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the third. So a drive there of 85 yards and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. And a touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He might want another play. Second down, they'll go to the air. It's complete. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds, and this offense trying to put something together. Sometimes it's not about fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to them, let them break tackles, let them make plays. Easy decision.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
In the air on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Schaefer. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. That was a nice pickup running the drag route and finding that quiet soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield. You saw that right there.
Quickly complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Wants to go up top. Gets it out quickly. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He wants to change this route. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. It's Fleming. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. They fought tooth and nail through three, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. We've swapped sides of the field, and we are ready for the finish as the fourth quarter gets underway. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. And off to the shotgun. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down.
Phase 27 jump. Phase 27 jump.
They'll move the tight end. Second down, he'll throw it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions. From go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Fakes the grab on that. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Schaefer. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that. Once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Rice has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet inside this building that hosted Super Bowl VIII. They're up by just one over Boise State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have turning it on. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
I love the play call running the football here in the fourth quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn around.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. They're dealing with a second and long. Power football with the run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And they try to sneak the run in there, but immediately you got to call a timeout. You've got to stop the clock. Then you can get organized, go to the sidelines, still have one left after that. You realize you got to get points, but now you get to get your quarterback over here and get in his ear a little bit.
Back to throw, it's Foster. Under fire. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. And the Ducks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. Looking to the big tight end. Finds a man on the right. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt.
Got some momentum to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
Really nice touchdown. Now it's decision time. Extra point will get you to OT. Do you try to win it right now with a 2-point play?
Big point after here, looking for the tie late. And he splits the uprights, and we're tied in the 4th. So a drive there of 85 yards. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They go to the ground. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. Score is deadlocked, and the clock is winding down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
First down, you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Hurricanes will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Schaefer. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. And the Canes have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Looking to fire. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Decisions, decisions, decisions. If you're the quarterback right now, that's the most important thing. You cannot put the football in harm's way. Tie football game late, but with these timeouts in your back pocket, you've got an opportunity to drive the field and win this thing. You just cannot throw the ball to the other team.
A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
Tie game here late in the 4th. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
How about that 4th quarter tie ball game, and you're still going for it? The Onions to be able to do that and call it not rewarded now. Defense is going to have to go out there, step it up, game on the line.
To the air, it's Foster. Buys a little extra time. He's going to take off. Running through contact. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They'll leave it with the lone back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Here's the handoff. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. With the ball marked down at the 33, that'll leave them with a 50-yard attempt to try to win this game. And he missed it. No good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the 3rd overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
So here comes our first play of overtime. Rides to back and make it. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
And you see him consistently sticking with the run, staying balanced. As you get closer to the goal line, you're thinking the field starts to shrink. Now, do I have a jump ball wide receiver out wide I can throw the football to? How am I going to find that extra space and take care of the football while doing it?
The Canes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Running back searching for a hole. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. With the condensed field in overtime, if you can establish the run, it is a huge advantage.
Big-time advantage. You establish your physicality, come out the gates, put you in a positive way. Now, I can play action, opens the whole playbook.
Here comes 1st and goal as they try to strike here in overtime. They want to throw it. Snagged out of the air. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, get them tackled to the ground.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Might be calling a hot route. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Steps away to find some room. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job by the defense there. First off, getting pressure initially and then forcing him outside the pocket. After that, excellent effort. All eyes on the quarterback. And you see the speed this defense has. They're going to be putting a lot of heat on this guy throughout the game.
Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. They'll try to strike first with a field goal in overtime. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And they regain the lead.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting out there.
the draw. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. He'll keep it himself. Spins away from the defender. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy 1st down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Driving its way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
Running the ball in OT, and a nice job by the ball carrier, finding his lane, finding his hole, putting his foot in the ground and getting upfield.
He got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
If they can push this one in, they win the game. It's 3rd and goal. It's complete to the left. He got it in. A walk-off touchdown in overtime. Field shrinks. Tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.